Hey guys, it's been a while since I've delivered an outdoors video on a topic. All of my recent videos have been home-based and sat in a chair or stood in front of the camera at my apartment, still in Georgia, still walking about these Georgian streets. And I wanted to take advantage of a beautiful day, as so many of them have been the last few months, really. The weather in Tbilisi, Georgia has been pretty amazing in terms of sunny, not too crazy humid hot, more of a dry heat, and not much rain and very clear skies. You don't get this sort of thick skies as you do over in the UK or other places. It's very pleasant for the most part, although it's pretty warm right now. Today I wanted to riff on the idea of action is contagious. Action is contagious. I don't know where I saw that written. It might have been in my own notes or somewhere else. I'm not sure, but I thought it'd be interesting to have a chat as I walked about on this concept and how we can apply it to our lives in a way that I have applied to my own life that has really worked and has got me thinking in positive and useful, beneficial, productive ways. So action is contagious. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, although I'm sure many of you have. When you go away for a while, when you switch off for a few days, when you go on holiday and you come back and you plonk your ass on the chair in front of the computer and you've had a nice break and you've had time to refresh and your brain hopefully has reset and you've had other things to think about for a while and you've been lying by the beach and you've been contemplating and enjoying life and being in nature and everything else. But you get back to work and you just can't do it. You don't feel in the flow, you don't feel the momentum. Again, I've chosen a very busy street to do this on, so silly. You don't feel that urge, that momentum. There is no momentum because you have started from scratch again. You have incorporated the sedentary, the stillness, the zenness that you took with you from your holiday or your disappearance or your brief escape, and you now cannot apply that lack of momentum to what you want to do. So it's all about momentum, which I've spoken about a lot, and I know that I tend to go on this topic a lot, but I find that these reminders are important for me, if anything, just to get this on film. Action is contagious. So by doing more, logically, based on the idea, the logical idea, without getting run over here, based on the thinking rationally, on the idea that if you go away and you don't do anything for a while and you get lazy and you get relaxed, and that leads to lack of momentum and lack of action, if we are to live lives of activity, and when we know that to be successful and to see more results in our life and to see more wins requires us to do more, doesn't that make sense? It requires action. You know, you hear this a lot, I speak about this a lot. We need to act. We need to act in order to see results. We need to act in order to get things done, and whether it be a win or a loss, at least we're moving in some direction, and at least we're thinking about something, at least we have our brains to have something to latch onto. And even bad actions, even wrongful actions, not wrongful in the moral sense, but just actions that didn't really lead to anything, are better than taking no action at all in terms of seeing results, because of course that activity is going to lead you more effortlessly into the next one. Having made whatever mistake it was, that mistake will inform the next action. So action trumps sedentary behavior if you want an active life. Action is contagious. Therefore, in order to be the guy who gets stuff done, sees results, sees the small wins and acknowledges those small wins, and sees the momentum that comes with that and the joy,
and the lack of burnout. The opposite of seeing results enough is that is burnout. If you don't see results, it's gonna get to you. It's gonna get tiring. You need to see enough wins. You need to see little successes in order to keep the momentum going, and that requires action, whether good or bad. So go about life knowing that action is contagious, and if you leave it too long off the burner, you're going to burn out. Because burnout leads to lack of activity and lack of motivation. But when you look at it from the beginning of the cycle, if you don't take any action at all, you're not going to see any results, and you're going to be burnt out, okay? Because you're not seeing any wins. So it's all this endless cycle, and we only live once. Think about it. Great to have a short break here and there, but if you want big things to happen in your life, and you've got big plans and big ambitions, and you don't know where to start, and you find yourself, like I often do, getting wound up in planning and sitting down and writing down plans endlessly and trying to know everything in advance on what to do, and then getting frustrated when things don't pan out according to your plan. Life is chaos like that, and you have to match up that chaos to how you behave. And the best behavior for a chaotic world is to just simply try new things and to experiment and to move through space and to take actions. And then of course you update and tweak based on the results of those actions. Nothing new here. This is also an opportunity to have a look around this newly opened roundabout park. So I'm surrounded by cars, but the park has been recently redone. It's really nice, just down the road from where I am. But I'm taking a walk, and I thought, okay, taking some action. Walking always gets the juices flowing, gets me thinking, and action is contagious. So don't forget it. Act first, plan later is one of my mantras. And even though a little bit of planning here and there to center your mind and to get clear on what's worth doing and what isn't, don't be carried away by it. Don't be biased towards planning over activity. You need to be infusing a hell of a lot more action than planning. It needs to be a skew. When you start to act, things start to happen for you because you're seeing the results of your actions, whether good or bad, and every result is a good thing. It's good positive feedback that you can take back into the next action, and the more you do, the more results you're going to get, and the quicker you're going to get to where you want to go. So it's about speed as well, and taking plenty of action. Get busy. There's a lot of, over the last 10 years, there was a big crackdown on the busyness culture, the dangers of just doing stuff for the sake of doing it and losing valuable time and running around like a headless chicken. I get that, but I also think that getting busy, no matter what you do with it, is better than being overcome by doubt and insecurity and lethargy through keeping still. And actually, if you're a clever guy, and if you have any semblance of intelligence, which I'm sure you have, no fool is going to run around like a headless chicken for too long without assessing what's going on. Does that not make sense? Who's out there getting busy, doing busy work, not getting anything productive done from it at the end of the day? Anyone who's intelligent will assess how they go as they move. And you'll find that this thing about busyness leading to an unproductive, crappy life is probably a myth. It's more about people who aren't moving, who are finding the frustrations and the sense of burnout in their life because they're taking too much time to think about things too much without acting and then assessing what they found from that action. So I think the danger lies in not doing enough, not seeing how things work, not poking the box enough, holding back, resisting, being reticent. Everything in my life that has not turned out well has been a result of my reticence. Everything that has not worked for me in my life
can be rooted directly to holding back, to trying to improve a situation at the level of the mind, rather than the level of the body, rather than at the level of just taking a step. There is much more intelligence in movement than there is in rumination, because rumination is based on old information, always. Movement creates new information, and all new information is intelligent information. So I know this is a bit loud and it's all a bit crazy, and I keep forgetting how annoying it is sometimes to be doing this stuff outside, but I hope you can hear me all right. I hope this made sense. The summary really is to not be the guy. Don't be fooled into thinking that a sedentary life, a slow life, a chilled life is the way to go. It's not. You want to be doing a lot, you want to be busy, you want to be active, you only live once, you want to be gaining that extraordinary advantage that so few other people take, so few other people seize, in just doing stuff and have fun with it. That's what creates excitement, that's what creates the passion that we're all looking for, is just to stir things up, stir the pot, poke the box, press the buttons of life. Press your own buttons, screw it, press other people's buttons, and see what lights go on and what lights turn off. Action is contagious, so use action to create effortless action. If you're worried that you're not doing enough, do something. Do something, do anything. I always come up with the same example, and I'm probably best for me to come up with some other ones, but the one that I always talk about is, if you're trying to write something and you can't figure out what to do and you've got writer's block, write crap. Write total crap for 5 minutes. And that's your first draft. Done. Be happy with it. You've just completed your first draft of your first novel in 5 minutes. Now you move on to the second draft. Write slightly more cohesive crap, more coherent shite. And you're on your way, you're moving, okay? So get busy, no matter how ugly that busy looks. And you will be able to make use of your own intelligence to assess what works and what doesn't. These are the secrets, guys. Trust yourself. And don't listen to the guy who says, take it easy. The only break you need is to pause and breathe between activities. You know, enjoy yourself here and there, of course, on holiday, but use those holidays to feed into activity. There's only so much we can sit by the beach. I don't know about you, but I always get bored very quickly when I'm sitting on a beach. Use holidays as different environments for different activities, different actions. Anyway, hope that made sense, guys. Do subscribe if you liked this kind of thing and you want to hear more like it. Make sure that you're subscribed also to my newsletter at alexmathers.net, and do like this video to send it along its way to other people who might want to find similar ideas. Peace, love from Tbilisi in Georgia. I'm out.